beans, hello and welcome back to Ikadu Streams. Create above and beyond. Happy Friday, happy Friday. How are y'all doing? I hope your week was peaceful, productive, good, busy, whichever. Choose the one you want, basically. Choose the one you want. Mine was semi-stressful and at the same time okay. So, you know, mixed bag, one might say, mixed bag. As you can see as well, our lovely conveyor belt is currently doing the thing. Over here, I ran another batch through for some more of the coloured bowl things, and as you can see, yeah, it's working pretty well. I have noticed that this, when it crushes down, completely swamps this, even with the upgrade. This cobalt barrel is not enough, so I do need to turn it off every now and then, which is fine. There are a number of ways to turn it off. One, you can turn that round so that it looks like it's going in, or do what I do and just take it off with the wrench. Just take it off and leave it in the box for now. Because yeah, this side of the production will stop if this side is overwhelmed. So yeah, this is definitely one thing that I kind of realised. We've also, from the looks of it, finally got through our first lot of exploded singularities. This box is finally empty, so we're going to have to do another explosion soon, and we need some more dye as well, but that's fine. I have plenty of bone meal over there, and we have plenty enough to be getting on with. You'll notice as well, just between episodes, I've extended this little bit here. Previously it stopped in this box and that was that, and then you had to empty it by hand bale it back here to the cobalt. Now all I've done is I've extended the belt slightly, added a weighted ejector, connected it with some little thingies, and what it does is it plingificates it back over here to go back around the system. Because what happens is when it gets in here, it leaves and gets into this brass tunnel. If it's purple, it goes this way. If it's not purple, it goes over here, like that blue one is doing, and it gets drained, and it turns into purple. It comes through here to another waiting station, because I don't want to overload the whole system. I find it's kind of handy to put barrels in at several stages. And it goes back around the system. I could have this so that it does automatically flip-a-dee-doo, but like I say, sometimes it's helpful to kind of have a box in between for situations where perhaps things aren't as smoothly as they should be. It's kind of handy just to have it shoved into a box. So, and yeah, and this bit is working beautifully, so it combines it all, spits it out, sends it along here, goes through the beacon, over here, gets squishificated here with the press, gets rollificated here, and gets collected. And if I just quickly hover over that, you ignore everything at the bottom of this box for now. You'll see we've got stuck in a bit of the radiant induction coil for the next step. So if I come up here real quick, so I don't get exploded. I mean, they'll still be able to get me, but I feel safer up here, so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to have a look at the quest book real quick, because you'll notice down here we are shockingly close now to being able to call this completed. Because all we need to do now is kind of deploy. So you know, before with the other chapters, you go deploy with various different things. This one is 2 radiant induction coil tubes, 1 chromatic resonator, which looks a little bit like a magnet, into the finished precision mechanism from chapter 2, which was built by taking the kinetic mechanism from chapter 1 and putting some electron tubes in it. This one then gets some more treatment. Go back to it. Wrong one. Hang on, lost it. There. Gets some more treatment to it and does that and turns into this guy. Consider automating this item. Yes. Consider automating everything ever. I want to. So this item here needs to go into the top of the item. So you remember over there with the chest there. That's where the item goes in. This one's probably closer to show you. That's where the item we made goes in. And then you have the last one there as the hand to do the thingy thing, which in this case is the saw. I don't know why I've got a chute on top of that. It doesn't need to be there. So all we're going to do is just here, I reckon, we're going to build another mini line, because that seems to work very well for us. So, and we'll have a couple of deployers here, and that, and those, and this, and that stuff there. Right, so I want to set up 1, 2, 3, like so. Although actually, I wonder if I probably could just do it like that over there and actually have them connecting. Hang on. We go away, away. 3. Save ourselves some small cogs because now the joins are connecting to each other with the little thing there. There. See. Sensible. Sensible. Right. And then what we do is we're going to go up real quick. Oopla. And we're going to pop 2 of those there. The chutes, because I don't want to have to go up there every single time to put something in there. I want to just shook it in and let it do its thing. Need some wood. That'll do. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I love being able to scroll wheel for getting items into my inbox because like it's just so much easier. It really truly is so much easier. So, and then we're gonna go and chest, and then the other one. Whoops! Ow! Ow! That's the only trouble with scaffolding, is that it's a little bit leery. Right. That is the premise. That is the premise sorted. There is not a creeper there. Oh, but there is the heart. I'm going to pick that up. Hi. Zombie heart. What do you actually use a zombie heart for? Hang on. Ooh. Damage to undead thingies. And some more undead thingies. And charms for dead thingies. Fair enough. Right. So we can take our radiant induction coils now and place them in here, and you'll see it gets into the hands. Somewhat balanced, but often not. And we're going to put a magnety thingy in there. But for now, let's get the water wheel attached. So we're going to go down because at the moment I'm all in favour for hiding these guys because it looks that much nicer. Because it does look gorgeous when you have it a little bit less messy. As you do. A little bit less messy. So we're just going to quickly get some of those guys going as well. Do-da-do-da. Do-do-do-do-do. So I want to take those 2 out as well. Dub-dub-dub-da. Probably get myself stuck down here now because that's usually the way. This is the way, they say. 1, 2, and 3. Water wheel. If this isn't going the right way, then we can simply turn it around to go the other way, which is kind of a neat moment. Because depending on which way you have the water wheel sitting is which way the water will go. Have I put that down low enough? Kind of not, because if I put water on it now, I can't put grass over the top of it. Let's go down 1 more. Again with the hiding water wheels, just to make the place look nice, really. Just to make it look nice. 1. Oops, 1. 1 in the wrong place. 2. There. That's a bit better, isn't it? Right. And then we just chuck some water in. It's not going to go very fast right now because I've got water going over the back of the wheel as well, as you can see. See, told you. It doesn't like it. So we're going to just fill in the back part. This is why I always fill in the back part of my Vartaville, because it doesn't like it in the back. You see how it's going faster now? Yeah, that's kind of what you want. That's kind of what you want. Right. Let's see if we can reconnect up this guy. If we can, hopefully. There we go. And it's going the wrong way. Of course it is. Every time we do this, it goes the wrong way. But it's fine. No, that way around. Wait, hang on, that's the wrong way around. Again. Da-da-ba-ba-ba. And you as well. There we go. Let me just take out those ones and replace them around the other way, so that the water, the rotation goes the way we want it to. Because right now it wasn't. There we go. So come around again. Do 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 do. Fill in this gap back here. Ow. There are probably better ways to do that. But this is the icky way. Which is often not the best way, but the funnest way. So now you see the conveyor belt's going in the right direction because you want it to go induction tube, and then hopefully magnet. This here is one of the quests. So you remember how we made the saw, and we also made the screwdriver. This time you're going to want to make this. They call it a chromatic resonator thingamabib. Actually, it just looks a bit like a magnet. Shiny little magnet. Just as before, where we had the opportunity to get items that don't break. Let's see if I can find it again. There we go. You have these up here. You do have one of the magnet, and you probably have this one, which is a next upgrade for it. So, saw everything: the never screwed, magnetic energetic, and the Windows update. It gets slightly more expensive as you go along the list. 5 gold, 5 gold, 7 and 7. So you have ways to make more money though, so don't stress, don't worry. But you can get an unbreakable version. So if you trade one of those in and 7 coins, 7 gold coins, you can get an unbreakable one. So yeah, it's kind of nice. It means you never have to replace it or worry about it breaking. But for now, because we don't have 7 gold, I don't even think we have 3 gold. Oh, we have 4 gold. There you go. I mean, we're getting there. I've been selling a lot of my produce as and when, because that seems to be quite a good way to get it done. And especially since it's being automated right now, coming in through a little tube down here, we do get a fair amount of produce just being around and online. But for now, we're going to manually make that to complete that. Not that one. That quest. So hop in here, and you've got your rubies and your sapphires. So what you do is you lead ingot, and then 2 rubies and 2 sapphires to make the chromatic resonator. The rubies and the sapphires. So if I quickly sapphire, shoot, go away. So sapphire ore looks a little bit like that guy. Slightly different from the bright white, sort of the bright blue thingy in level 1 to 30, and the ruby, which is a bit more common, is also 1 to 30. I have found that, and I mean you can see from how many I have in my inventory, I found that ruby tends to spawn a lot more than sapphire does. That's been the case in this world, in the previous world, and the one before that, so just bear that in mind when you do find them. I've also had very good luck finding rubies, especially. Sapphires tend to be all over the place, but rubies tend to be at the bottom of these types of mine shafts. Go down here, hand it to that, and that is now primed and ready. So let's pop the promised gearbox on there. Jobs are good. That is now absolutely 100% ready to start doing the thing. So if we take the precision mechanism and chuck it onto the conveyor belt like we did before, that'll go down and go kadip. And as before, it does like a 1 out of 3. Chuck that on there again. It didn't grab it in time. And then you've got a 2 out of 3. Come over here because it's had the full process done. There we go. The inductive, the chapter 3 mechanism. Let's go with that because I still can't pronounce that word. Come over here. You know the drill. It's time to upgrade your previously automated precision mechanisms to the next level, which we have officially done. So that kind of is it. Now, why do I say kind of in that way? You know it's coming. You know it's coming. It's kind of done. Kind of. Except, do you remember up here? Aside from the inductive, whatever it is, mechanism, invar machinery builds on a tough metal alloy between iron and nickel. Since the full refinement process of invar takes a few lengthy, very lengthy steps, automation is recommended. When it says lengthy, it means it So we need to make an invar machine, and in order to do that, we need 8 of the mechanism we've just made and an invar casing. Okay. To make the invar casing, you need stone. Alright, sounds pretty easy. That's the cobblestone. And 1 invar ingot. Now, how do you make the invar ingot? I can hear it already. So, this is a sucker. This one here is a pain in the bum. Because you need to make the unprocessed invar ingot, okay? To do that, you take a nickel compound. Again, I hear you say, but Icky, how do you make an invar compound? Like that. So you take 1 nickel ingot and 4 iron dust, and you'll get yourself a nickel compound. So let's do that. Let's do that. So I've been grinding up some gravel to turn it into iron. This is why you need to have a fairly sensible stock of the stuff. We do, because we've also been chucking it into the machine over here. It's doing the thing with that. So we're going to chuck a couple of those on there. And grind it down. Which at the moment it looks like it's processing it. Question mark? Yeah, there you go. 31 iron ingot, and it changed the particle, which means it's doing the thing. Empty some of that more out to chuck over here to make into more iron, because you can never have too much. 3, 4, 5. Like I say, a lot of this will improve, especially now that we've got brass thingies. Like this whole bit here will disappear. The fact that the sand over there will also, oops, disappear. So you know, it's. I just haven't got around to it yet. I'll be honest with you there. Right, it looks like it's done. So there we go. Yay, iron dust. Because you need a wee bit of dust for it to work. Right. Crafting table, there. So you take your iron, your nickel ingots and your iron dust, like so, and you go hacha, which gives you nickel compound. That. Okay, so that was the nickel thingy, and the iron dust, 1, 2, 3, 4, gives you the nickel compound. Okay, I've got 7 of those. To do that, you now need to blast it. Or, if you're into create like I am, chuck it past a furnace, like a thingy that's got a cooker on it. You don't have to automate all of this. It's one of those where you're like, well, do I have to? Do I have to? It's nice to, but you don't have to. It is nice to. And what we're going to do is we're going to nick a couple off here so it goes through. Yep. So, managed to nick off the one I wanted to cook. Come now, behave yourself. There we go. And it'll slowly move in front of the lava and hopefully cook before it gets out of the lava. Hopefully. You'll get some little particles to tell you it's doing the thing. Particles, there we go. Lovely. Then in order to stop it doing the thing, I'm going to chuck a couple on here to make sure that it definitely sits there. But you can already see some of it's changed. See that? Unprocessed invar ingot. So, this is another one of those fun items in that it doesn't stack. So you know I made 7. I now have 7 separate unprocessed invar ingots. Yep. Annoying, right? Annoying. So, you bake it, and then you take it, and you squish it. Now, do we have a squishificator out here? Actually, I might take it to the base one and just do it in the base, because I have a squishificator in there. And we can squishificate it. And then we can make it the thing we need it to be. Hang on. Grab the other thing as well. Moment. 2 seconds. Whoops. Getting ahead of myself. Again, getting ahead of myself. That usually happens, to be fair. There we go. We now have 34 of the inductive thingy-me-dibs. That's enough for a couple of machines. That's not bad. That's not bad going. Like I say, you may want to make a compressing thing, or like a stamper presser thing that goes around in a circle so that the ingots constantly rotate until they get turned into something. And you've seen me do that before, because we did that with the lava in the nether. You've seen me do that with the crystals over there. It's not unusual, but We're going to fling him down here, and it's going to slowly go kadoosh, kadoosh, kadoosh. And as you can see, this 1 of 16. There we go. Ah! Right, I'm going to chuck another one on there to start processing while I talk to you about that one. Ta-da! So it processed 16 times. It got stomped on 16 times. It's turned into the invar ingot. And the invar ingot is kind of one of these. It's another metal that you can use to make stuff. So in here you've got different things for the thermal series, which allows you to upgrade various things. You've got cogs. You can do unpacking things or repacking things, etc., etc. Scraps. You can make it process things. It's generally kind of one of those. So it's kind of worth having a look and going, wonder what wonder what this does, wonder what that does. The thing that we want to, I mean, it actually looks like a really nice block when you put it in by like a block of invar. This is what we're doing here with it though. We're going to go for the invar casing. So let's get ourselves a bit of stone. Ba, ba, ba. One of those. Ba, 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 ba. And we'll get to see exactly what we've just made. Because, yeah, we will be able to make... There we go. So 1 stone, 1 invar ingot. You get 2 invar casings. Do that with the mechanisms. We now have 2 invar machines. And if you can see up there in the top corner, we have the completed thingamabib. So I'm going to 1, 2, and 3, which gets us some free invar. And then we're going to come back here and we're going to talk about it. Do the usual U on it, and you can see it opens up a lot more things. Okay, a lot more things. Let's start with the standard first, the smithing table, because it has 1. Invar machine plus redstone flux coil, which simply is 1 redstone, or sorry, 2 redstone and 1 gold in a diagonal line. To make the flux coil, you can make yourself a compression dynamo. Compression dynamo looks like it only really eats up or uses fluids, etc., etc. So tree oil, oxygen, refined fuel, hydrogen will create energy. This, I assume, becomes a little bit more relevant later when you start making things like rocket fuel. Because right now we don't have any of these, so I've never made this. So we'll go back 1 and we'll go over to here, go to the stone cutter. The stone cutter is also kind of easy. You get 1 item. So invar machine into the stone cutter will make you the invar pipe modules. So that is then used to create upgrades for the pipes. So the thing that I'm using for my inventory, the pretty pipes, this is the upgrades. So you can turn one of them into kind of a crafting machine, tell it to start building things from sides, tell it to speed up, immediate filter, and an instruction model. So literally these pipes over here that I have installed, which this is why I opened up the back. If you right click, you'll see you've got 3 slots to put and it only seems to happen or work on one that connects to a box. So this middle one, nothing really happens. This one though, which connects to the terminal or the box, gives you the 3 slot option to upgrade. I haven't upgraded any of that yet because I haven't felt the need to. Excuse me, sorry, yawning again. It's been a long week. So, those are the easy ones. Those are the easy ones, yeah. Which is only 2, so, you know, it's fine. You've got the pipe module and you've got the compression dynamo. Okay. But you'll notice there's a bit more here now. You can actually craft with this item. You're not just putting it into the workbench as you're making something with it. So you've got here, you've got the blast chiller. Does what it says on the tin. The pyrolyzer, it kind of grows plants and things inside this one machine using energy and or water and or sometimes other things. But the pyrolyzer, the fluid encapsulator, not entirely sure what that one does. The reagent extractor, so that one's kind of, you can use it to break down other items. The induction smelter, you're definitely going to be using that very, very soon. The alchemical imbuer, entirely sure what that one does either, but we can figure that one out. The redstone furnace does what it says on the tin. The centrifugal separator kind of does what it says on the tin, but if you don't know, it's kind of what they do with the honey when they've taken the honey out of the bee hives. They put it into one of those, and it spins and gets all the honey out of the hive comb stuff. It's used in other things. You can't sometimes see it in like cartoons for medic doctor things where they put tubes on a spinny thing. It's kind of like that. The fractionating stills. This is kind of for straining stuff. The pulverizer kind of says it on the tin. It pulverizes stuff. So if you've got like a lot of ores you want to process, chuck it into that guy. The sequential fabricator. This is kind of like the mechanical crafters that we built. And last but not least, the cable facade. Seems a bit expensive to make a decorative item, but there you go. There is a decorative item that you can make with it as well. If you want to. But that is hang on, sleep. That is the completion, quote unquote, of chapter 3. Except not quite. Not quite. So if we nip back to the overview, which, by golly, by gosh, look at all of that. By golly, by gosh, look at all of that. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish from the moon. Yeah. Oh. Whoop. Sir? You right, buddy? Did he? Did you bring a friend? Look, there's one on the outside as well doing a zoop zoop. So I'm just going to ignore you and stare at my bed and continue to talk about things. I've never had an Enderman zoop into my base like that. Excuse me, sir. What are you? Oh well, right. Ignore him. I'm going to ignore him. I'm going to do my best to ignore him. So, as before, with chapter 1 and chapter 2, we opened up side quests. This one isn't quite a side quest. It's sort of extra stuff you can do as well. So, as you can see here, this is the side quest, sort of. This here is the option to go one way or the other way, or you can technically go both, I suppose, to get to the next item. So, let's go over here. Melting the funds. So, this one. The prospect of teleportation alone might be reason enough to explore that mysterious end dimension. Yeah, you read it here first. End dimension. We are going to have to kill a dragon. The dragon. Yeah, that one. In researching the required technologies, you will find that your hard-earned silver suddenly finds a second use. After checking the thing above, additional quests located in the third chapter will be revealed. So we tick that, which opens up this little bit here. What does it mean by the silver that we earned? This here, the silver coin that we've been trading our hard-earned, goods for. In this instance, for me, mostly it's the farming. This here has another use. So you can use it to buy things from the trade station, or create things, or whatever, but you can, and also apparently burn it for energy. That's a lot of energy, actually, for one silver coin. That's pretty impressive. But you can also melt it. Here. So you can take your pennies, your hard-earned pennies, and melt it. That's what it means by that. So, over here, melting the funds, you can create another item. So if we come down here to Catharsis, you'll now see here, there's a bunch more stuff opened up. So, insert coin. The special properties of silver can prove useful in creating enderium alloy. As it turns out, the only source of silver seems to be your money. Makes you wonder where the official mints get it from. Makes me wonder where everybody else gets it from, because that's a lot of yeah. Over here as well, the secret to teleportation lie behind the dimensional gate to the end. Yes, you need to go to the end to do a bit of this here. This as well here. So set aside some ender dust from your reactor. In case your supply is bottlenecked, you can use ender pearls as well. So the way to make the ender dust, before you saw me making the slimy fern blend and then baking it. Technically speaking, you can also crush ender pearls to make the ender dust. I don't recommend it because it's a lot easier to get hold of the slimy Start again. It's a lot easier to get hold of the slimy fern blend. I nearly said it again. I nearly messed it up again. Did you hear that? That's hard to say. Slimy fern blend. Wow. Puh. So yeah, that's that. So what we'll do is we'll have to melt that up, turn it into liquid, turn it into bricks, and then you have to do something here with combining it to turn it into the infused, this thing here, the abstruse, I think, mechanism, which is created in the, yeah, you guessed it, the induction smelter. So you take one of the Enderium ingot and one of the mechanism for chapter 3, and you can turn it into that. But it requires a lot of energy, a lot of power, and heating. So, so yeah, this is gonna be an experiment. Because yeah, yeah, it'll be an experiment. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We will do that one. I won't get too far into that one on this episode, but eventually you can make an Enderium machine. What does the Enderium machine do? We will touch on this one really quickly because this is going to open up a lot of. I feel like this is. I mean, I've never got this far. Well, I've got this far in my other game, but I never got to this point because I decided that I was going to actually start streaming it and sharing it with people. You get the portal controller for portaling, I'm assuming. The ender tank, which is how you can get lava from the nether to you without having to go to the nether. Another part of like upgrading or making things. The ME quantum link chamber, which sounds amazing. I have no idea what it does. I'm assuming it's something to do with the applied energistics storage system. The ME quantum ring, again, read the above. I kind of don't know what that does. And the ender chest, which is a little bit like the other one. Yeah. Except you can actually program it to read from other chests. So you can see the white there. You see the same thing, white on that. If you color code it using wool, you can have it reading to other chests or other things. Very, very clever, very cool. Over here as well, into the stone cutter, the Enderium machine can be turned into the Enderium pipe module, which is basically another slightly better upgrade. So you can see it's got more arrows than the previous one for your pipe modulation things. Whew, and breathe. And breathe. So yeah, this I do recommend because you're probably going to need it for a lot of the stuffs in this direction. Yeah. Which does mean that the next episode we're probably going to have to go fight the dragon. That's probably not going to happen in the next episode, given what happened with the Wither and how shamefully unprepared I was. I'm probably going to spend a little bit of time getting some more materials, getting some gear, working on the current factory, enchanting some of my stuff potentially, getting full diamond armor, and then and the potato spud launching gun, because I'm definitely not going to fight the dragon without it. And with the sort of completion of chapter 3, I think we shall leave it there for tonight. But we will definitely see you again next Wednesday. Probably then going to be doing a lot more gathering gear and getting enchants and stuff, regular things, because I'm not going to go fight the Nether without it. I'm not going to go to the End Dragon without enchants and stuff. So yeah, not a thing, not a thing. So yeah, but in the meantime, I hope you guys have a fantastic and lovely weekend, and I shall see you on the flip side. Right,